Hello, welcome back to a new video, and today we are talking about Dead Island 2 is a masterpiece. And also, before I want to get into the video, I am back from a small vacation I took from not uploading for like a week or so. But I am back now, and the videos will continue coming out as they were before. I just needed a small break. I was just getting busy at the time, and it was at the point where I just needed to either take a break or just try to post whenever I could. So I felt like a break was definitely the right choice in this instance. Let me do something real quick. Options, audio. Okay, there you go. So, Dead Island 2, in my opinion, it is a masterpiece. I really enjoy this game. The story is like the only lackluster, but then again, I also think about the fact of not any of the Dead Island games have a great story. If I'm being brutally honest here. Like, none of the stories are amazing. But the thing that makes this game actually really what I would call a masterpiece is the fact that how many years it took them to actually make this thing. It shows the fact they actually did care and thought about, oh, you know, it'd be cool, like a really good gore system. The gore system is the best part of this game. I won't even sugarcoat it. I think the gore system is exactly what Dead Island needed at this time, because the gore has always been like the best part of these games. In the first one, Riptide and not really Escape Dead Island. Escape Dead Island's kind of lame, but in my opinion, I think this game it is a masterpiece. It truly is. The gun gameplay is so much improved over the first one. The gore is so much better than the first one. The story is actually better. And even though the first one, it's still my favorite game of all time, credit is due for this game. With the fact of, they actually listened to people with this game. They didn't go over the top with, oh, you know what would be cool? Microtransactions, season passes, all that stuff that, in my opinion, is kind of ruining video games nowadays. From Call of Duty to Fortnite to like other games that have this situation going on with battle passes, microtransactions and stuff. It's just at a certain point, it's like at a certain point you spend $70 on the game. The next thing you know, you're spending 1,000 on all these microtransactions and stuff. But the reason I think Dead Island 2 is, I think it is the best zombie game. I truly think it is. Because this is what a zombie game should be. I am happy that they chose the decision of removing human enemies. I think that was a great choice by them. Because it made it where we don't have to worry about like all the human enemies charging at us like in the first one. I think that the DLC might introduce human enemies, honestly, but I kind of hope they don't, because I feel like they need to keep this like 100% zombies, like nothing else. The player base is still actually pretty high, if I'm being honest here, for like a game that released almost 2 months ago, which I'm kind of almost 2.5 months by now. Usually games like this, where they aren't that popular, in a sense, usually die off pretty quick. But think the reason this game is actually surviving right now, it's because that they actually took the time, made a game, and didn't spend a month trying to fix the game. Because the game, when it launched, honestly, it took me literally a month to find one bug in the game. That is how you should make games. You don't rush them just to have something out. Take your time, make it right. And that is exactly what Dead Island 2 did. Dead Island 2 took its time, didn't announce it really early like most games are doing now. Because Spider-Man 2 got announced 2021. It took them so long to like release more information on that game. With Dead Island 2, we were getting information like every week at a certain point. And like, they kept us really updated with this game progress in the past year. They made it really well known what they were doing, how long it's gonna probably take for some things. So, Dead Island 2 was like 100% listening to fans. When it got delayed by like a month, instead of people, when they usually see this happen with games, they're like, oh, come on, I just want to play it already. What I seen was, I read all the comments, people were putting in, oh, you can take as long as you want, pretty much. I would rather have it a finished product than a massive, like, disaster game. Like, 90% of games releasing nowadays. Cyberpunk being a big one. I think we all know how that ended up. But they took the time, they finished the game, they polished the game, and in 2 months they released one single patch for this game. One. Because there's not many bugs in this game. That shows me that they were actually confident this time around with releasing this game. Is the fact that they don't release non-stop bug fixes like every week. So I think that this game will be at a certain point where it's going to be finished 100%. Like DLC season, whatnot, will be over, and people are going to sit there and question if this game is still worth playing. And I would like to say I think it will be still worth playing, because they will have so much content in this game to where you won't be bored of this game, in my opinion. Dead Island 1, I still go back to like a lot to replay that one. And I think that the replayability value will be there for this game. I really think. There's a lot of replayability value in the first one. Not much for Dead Island Riptide, but mostly because Dead Island Riptide ain't that long. So that's where that one suffers a little bit of replayability value. But I 100% think Dead Island 2, at the state it's in now, will be very replayable in the future. I think that they know exactly what they're doing. Honestly, I trust Ambrose Studios with this game. And I'm hoping for Dead Island 3. I think it is very positive that they could do it. The fact of this game sold 2 million copies in its first month. Yes, that is not a lot when you compare it to other franchises like God of War, Spider-Man, Call of Duty, and like them, but those are like the big franchises, like the franchises everybody plays. Those are the basic franchises, in my opinion, that everybody plays. Dead Island franchise is not well known. Not many people played the first one back in 2011. So the fact of in my opinion, a not well known video game that took 10 years to make, got 2 million views, like on like everything, and then 2 million sales, I think that is incredible. That this game sold that many copies, and it's still going up nowadays. Like 2 months later, I am waiting for them to announce that this game sold 3 million, honestly. I am kind of waiting for that to happen. For them just to announce that, like, oh, guess what? Dead Island 2 passed 3 million copies sold. It will not surprise me when they announce that. I think they are close, probably. 100%. Because I know a lot of people right now that play the game. A lot of people love this game. I think this game did it right. And not many games can do that nowadays. To where they can release and the fan base after a couple months is still there. Because usually a lot of the fan base disappears right after they beat the game and then they disappear. That's what usually happens with games nowadays. The fan base all comes together on release day, maybe stay for about a week or two, and then everyone leaves. That's how games usually go. But honestly, this game is staying up there pretty good. All things considered, it taking 10 years to get made and release. I think they knocked it out of the park with this. I think Dead Island 2 is a masterpiece. From everything in this game. I have 96 hours in this game. Honestly, probably 97 by now after this video. So, they kept me interested in the game. Way past the Platinum Trophy. Way past beating the game 5 times almost every character. I'm at the point now where it's like, I want the DLCs, but I do understand that this game is at the point where they need to take time still. They need to take as much time as they want. They can take a year to release the next one, and I will come back to this game. I am not bored of this game. This game did everything right. I think that Dead Island 2 is the perfect zombie game. I think it is a masterpiece. I think it has every right to hold that title right now. I always say Dead Island 1 is my favorite zombie game, but that's mostly biased for me. I think Dead Island 2 is better than Dead Island 1. 100%. 100% better. By like almost every category. But then again, I have a special place for Dead Island 1. It was my very first zombie game I ever played. Dead Island 1 introduced me to zombies. And I love Dead Island 1. I think it is a masterpiece as well. But Dead Island 2, just, they did everything right. Everything I hated about the first one got fixed in this one. That is why I think that this game deserves everything it's getting right now. And it's just getting praised by everybody. Even people I know that don't even like zombie games are even playing this, saying, oh, this is such a good game. And then they're going back and playing Dead Island 1 and realizing why I love that game so much. So I know people that aren't even zombie fans playing this game right now. Just the fact of, it's just so fun. Even when, like what I'm doing right now, I'm just running around killing zombies and talking about the game. I'm having fun. You don't need to do all these missions and story missions and side quests to have fun in the game. That's another thing that I like about this game. I can literally just walk around this map and just kill things, and I'm having fun. I think that they hit the fun meter on this game really high, to where I'm not even doing much of anything. I'm just sitting here talking in a video and killing zombies. And I'm having fun. Because this is what zombie games should be. Not over the top stuff, just mindlessly killing zombies. That is something I loved about Days Gone. Days Gone, it has an amazing story. The story of Days Gone is honestly my favorite story honestly, out of any video game, I think Days Gone story is a masterpiece too. The gameplay itself is not. The gameplay is very clunky in Days Gone, but we're not talking about Days Gone. We're talking about Dead Island 2, but it's just this game knows what it was. It knows what it is. Dead Island 2 is a masterpiece. And if anyone disagrees with that, you have every right to be. Personal opinions matter. Your opinion matters. My opinion matters. So, I'm going to end it here on the last statement. Dead Island 2 is 100% a masterpiece of a zombie game. So, hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.